obviously remaining apolitical, just because you and I aren't, honestly, we don't talk politics whatsoever, is the post office thing that's going on. And honestly, I'm going to say that I'm a little ignorant when it comes to this whole situation, but I thought it was interesting to discuss what I do know. And from my understanding of what's happening is I think that the Democrats proposed universal mail-in balloting, which essentially means that they would be sending in ballots via mail to like every home or something. And then I think that the Republicans weren't in favor of that, because I think if more people get ballots or they send it to like a bigger group of people or more different types of people, then I think it gives the Democrats a competitive edge. And then the Republicans are fighting it because obviously they don't want the Democrats to win the election. And I think that it's very interesting that now we're seeing like what could be the end of the post office, the USPS, you know, which is, I mean, it's been around for forever. And I think that the thing that I can't say this, like I don't want to, it's too political, do you think?
I don't know. I think one of their biggest things, though, is that they need to be accountable for like where all that money goes, and they got to run them like a business. Like, there's no reason why. Like, I get that it's a great service that all of us have to use. No, we don't really have to use it, but it's a good service. But the reality is that, you know, my understanding was there's a lot of people taking these crazy overtime hours, completely just unsupervised. That's something that is expensive. And if we're sending in mail and they're losing money, we should pay more money. We should run it like a business.
But technically it's an independent company that has contracts with the government.
Yes.
And it's running at a deficit. Like it's not been in the green for like 13 or 14 years.
But it shouldn't. I don't get it. If they're running in the deficit, they got to audit their financials, figure out where they're losing money, cut back on those areas, or charge more money.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would complain if the price of a stamp goes up 15, 20%. I mean, it's just, most of us use email. It's really only, honestly, I don't get even who needs mail in the
FedEx
first place.
runs at a profit, right? And Amazon runs at a profit for delivering all their stuff.
Yes, I get deliveries. Okay, well, I guess what I'm thinking, when I think mail, the first thing that comes to my mind is like you send a postcard to someone, or like we had to send in some stuff to the city, and it was like, why?
About 5 years ago, during the Bush administration, through a voice vote, a bill was passed called the Postal Accountability Enhancement Act in 2006. It mandated that the post office would have to fully fund retiree health benefits for 75 years out ahead. Do you understand what that means? Is that people who aren't even born, certainly not even working at the post office, it needed to fully fund these retirement pension funds for 75 years out, and they needed to do it within 10 years of 2006. This required, and now this is a requirement that no other government agency has and no business in the world has.